I'm making a quick video to help you troubleshoot your webcam. I made one video already, but it was 20 minutes long and that was ridiculous, so I'm going to try and shoot this again now that I've drank more coffee. Okay, Troubleshooting Your Webcam by Alex Lady. We're going to start by looking at your camera, making sure that the wire on the back of the camera isn't fucked up from all the times you've moved it to show people your badge. And then after you've checked the connection between the camera and the wire, check the cable, make sure that there aren't any bends in it, maybe missing plastic or anything at all. Maybe your puppy chewed on it, maybe you closed it in a door. I suggest buying a second camera before going too far into this tutorial. I know it's expensive, but it's a tax deduction, and one day you will probably drop your webcam in a bathtub or something, and you'll want to have a replacement instantly. So it's good to have a second one and just try it, see if that fixes your problem. Next we're going to check the USB, both on your camera, make sure it's not all fucked up, especially the wire, and on the inside, and your computer. Check that your USB port's good on your computer. If you want to get even more in detail, you can check the SATA port on the inside. Mostly, you could just unplug it, switch USB ports, see if that fixes it. Your computer itself, if your CPU is maxing, upgrade your CPU and motherboard. It's expensive, I know, again a tax deduction. Make sure you're not maxing out on RAM. Software-wise, something people don't normally think of is making sure that your camming software and the drivers and all that are up to date, including things like Flash if you're using Firefox. And make sure, go through your, whatever computer operating system you're on. Usually it's in the task manager. And make sure that your applications that you use for your camera, both your camera itself and your camming software, make sure that they are set to high priority. To do that, you'll go to the details page if you're on Chrome in your task manager, and right click it, put your mouse over set priority, and choose high. Put it on your highest fucking priority. Do that with both the camera software and your streaming software and your browser if you use your browser to cam, which you probably do, or things like Skype. Make sure they're all high. That way you always have them taken care of. Okay. Let's see. Talked about CPU. Alright, next is your internet cable, often called an Ethernet cable. Before you even look at the cable itself, look at the head. That's called the housing unit, the part that plugs into your computer and into your modem. I always mix up modem and router. Wireless. It's a modem, yeah. Make sure that, take a look at them. Make sure that the cable, and the plastic coat around it, maybe rubber, I don't know. Make sure that that is in the housing unit, not out so that all the wires are like this from inside the plastic and then into the housing unit. You want the plastic part to be in the housing unit. Lots of people make shitty wires and sell them really cheap. You might have a shitty wire. Also, when you're looking at your internet cord, after you've unplugged it from your computer, checking to make sure that's sound, take a look on the inside. You should be able to see different colored little wires all on a row on the inside. And there's different versions where these colors are in different orders. But you want to make sure, at the very least, that on both sides of your cable, they're the same. You don't want any crossovers. Usually, sometimes you do. All I can tell you is to Google which type of cable you're using and make sure that they're right for the type of cable you're using. There are different reasons to use different cables, and without knowing your exact setup, I can't tell you which one you should have. Next is your modem. Oh, no, the cable itself in between those two housing units. Make sure, just like your computer, that it's not crimped, chewed on, goes indoors, anything like that. If you can't afford to buy a new cable, or if you frequently replace your cables like I do, I suggest buying a cable that's under 300 feet. A cable that's ridiculously long, like 2,000 feet, you're gonna lose a lot of... Well, you're just gonna get static and shit. Sorry, not being very technical. I've had too much coffee. You don't want a cable that's ridiculously long for your Ethernet cable, or your cat cable, whatever you want to call it, because they're not meant to be that long. Normally when you buy thousands and thousands of feet, it's to make short ones. I do suggest buying one that's about 200, 300 feet though, and learning how to crimp your own cables. There's special tools for it. You buy the little plastic heads, you open the wire up and you put them in the plastic head right and you crimp it down. There's YouTube tutorials on it all over the place. I think this is really useful because you can make yourself a new cable instantly when you need one. And instead of having to buy, you know, a backup cable, you can just make one. Say you close your cable in the door halfway through the cable, cut it off before and after where you closed it, and now you can crimp two heads on, and now you have 2 Ethernet cables. Yay! It's really nice. I suggest you learn that if you're a camera. Next is your modem. You should be on a cable, by the way. If you're on wireless, that's probably the problem. Make sure it's up to date, make sure it's good, make sure the drivers know, well, make sure it's up to date. Just go into the settings and check. Make sure that you're not using a fuckload of things like proxies, and Google it. Make sure it's not super fucking old. You might be buying a high internet package that's, say, I don't know, 300 gigs download, and only getting 50. Well, your modem might not be able to handle that. You might need a new one. Then check, just like you did with the cable from your computer to it, that whatever type of cables it uses, be it, I don't know, DSL or cable, whatever, check the next cable going to the wall. This next step will be a little bit harder if you're not a homeowner, but you can totally do it while renting. Check to see how many outlets you have in the house. I don't know if you can tell, but here's an old one. It's cut. This doesn't work anymore. This isn't connected to anything. The reason I have it set up like this is because when you have tons and tons of outlets, they all come from one place. Sometimes they will install something called a splitter that will take the internet from the street. This is yours. This is the street. And here's a splitter. This splitter gives you internet. And then this one, they put on there because you have 5 fucking outlets in your house. You might only use 1 or 2. That means that this awesome connection right here just got cut up into 5 little pieces. Or even worse, you might have like 3 outlets in your house. So this one gets split into 2, and then for shitty wiring, because maybe, I don't know, someone just decided to install their own wiring and didn't know what they're doing, they took this splitter right here, and to make a 3rd one, they installed another splitter so you could have 3. And your internet for a cam girl might be right here, so your connection really fucking sucks. You want to be right here at the least, or even better, you can have something called a dedicated line, where it goes from the street, boop, 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 straight to your fucking modem. Yay! This is what you want. Call up your ISP, let them know you want a new line installed. If it's like in the air, just next to your house, they will totally just drop one down, pop it through the hole you already have in your wall, and you'll have the best internet you've ever had. Please don't stand over the technician's shoulder and put your hands on your hips and watch them do it. No one likes that. Just saying. My ISP and every ISP I've ever had has always done this for me for free, unless it's like a buried line. At the very least, you can say, hey, please, for the line that's already going into the house, you can ask them to remove all those fucking splitters and install just one line going to your house from whatever system is already there. Say if you have something like this, you can ask them to change the plugs around so that without having to change the cables themselves, they will just switch which plugs in here. They'll take out your computer from this and go boop, boop, at the very least. You might be able to do this, but I don't recommend it, especially if you don't know what a splitter is. Speaking of splitters, they rust, they go bad, they don't last forever. One of your issues might be that your splitter's rusted. This is again something you could do, or the tech guy can do it. They know their job, they'll be able to test it by plugging shit in and being like, boop, 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 boop. Oh yes, it's definitely something wrong. Just respect the guy or girl and let them do their job, and your internet will be better. Especially if you tell them you want a dedicated line. And which outlet. There. Haha, 10 minutes. That's Camgirl Troubleshooting for camera issues. Whatever site you're on, I wish you the best. And this is really good coffee. I'm gonna get on camera now. Bye-bye. And have a wonderful everything. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'll just leave it there. I don't need to edit that out. I'm not touching it. YouTube won't get mad at me, right? Hi, fuck machine. It's happy to see me.